School. There's recently been a lot of talk about the necessity of it in online spaces, and honestly, it torments my everyday thought process. I mean, seriously, the more I hop on the internet, the more I hear people screaming at their camera to go quit school and that there are 12-year-olds on TikTok Fortnite dancing and making a lot more money doing so than someone who has a PhD in neuroscience. But are these people really living the life that they want? There are some times in which I think our generation forgets that one day we're just going to be as old as our grandparents. Is their career or life choices something that could last them a lifetime? Listen, I get that the internet is a place full of all sorts of surprises and opportunities, but is it really worth dropping out for? While I see most of the information I was taught in school as pointless, there also seems to be some genuine upsides to it that I feel like a lot of people overlook. Beneficial or not, there still are some ideas that I struggle with daily, and sometimes these problems inhibit my desire to do any schoolwork at all. I mean, I'm literally writing this right now because I'm procrastinating. Part of me just sometimes is in the mood to just go with the flow and submit to doing 2 hours of homework, while another part of me stumbles upon a YouTube video giving the top 10 reasons why you should drop out of school and why it's all a waste of time and energy. I think this is another thing that kind of sucks about the digital information age. For any question that you have, you could see a relatively reasonable explanation for both sides. So, in the end, it's up to you to decide, even if most of the logic is rooted in fancy talk like this. But most of us get stuck in the consuming and researching phase anyway, and end up wasting 3 hours just searching up ways to get motivated or having an existential crisis about why anything has any meaning in the first place. So, a lot of the time it leaves me feeling empty regardless. This is because once my brain is switched on like this, it's like I could see things from all angles and perspectives. I sometimes see school as good because people are missing out on the safety net and old-fashioned style of financial security it provides. But yet again, I hear things left and right about how you're not guaranteed a job after school. Or I hear that not having a safety net is a good thing because it lights the fire under your ass to figure things out and become successful. I'm gonna drop out of school and be a financially free YouTuber, yo! To hell with school! Right? But in reality, we hear a lot of stories of YouTubers and influencers going through the same kind of suffering as us normal folk and how these lifestyles get old real fast. We also don't hear the stories from the other people who have tried and failed to drop out and become the next Mr. Beast, because why the heck would you want to hear about that? Then they go on to say that it's a mindset issue or that they didn't have the right steps in place. You see how this kind of thinking could just leave me paralyzed in my chair questioning my own existence or mindlessly scavenging my feed for answers? While every style of life has its ups and downs, they all seem to suffer regardless. As Malcolm Gladwell puts it, people are ruined by challenged economic lives, but they are ruined by wealth as well because they lose their pride and they lose their sense of self-worth. It's difficult at both ends of the spectrum. But hey, who knows? Maybe I don't have the right to speak on what it's like to be rich and successful because I've never been there. That's what they say, right? And just to think, these are the same creators that rave about authenticity, yet do the same thing as the people they hate. They say that money isn't the most important part, yet have links to their Patreon, course, and other sponsors associated with their videos. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad way to make money, and I might end up doing the same thing in the future. It just definitely seems a little two-faced. That's exactly why I have respect for the creator Cole Hastings. While he seems to be in the space for self-improvement, it seems like he stuck to his own moral compass regardless of what other creators were doing to get more clout or views on certain videos. While he uses the classic tropes like Patreon or sponsorships, he's still one of my most favorite content creators, and I like his middle way approach to most philosophical dilemmas. Good book, by the way. Also, I recently watched a couple of videos from the YouTuber Hot Diggity Demon regarding the same kind of spiritual dilemma. Overall, even when he chased his dream and did what he thought he wanted, it still left him empty. There's also the YouTuber CS Ghost Animation who talked about the same thing as well. He said that everyone is doing the Patreon kind of gig, online entrepreneurship type deal, and he hates that he wants to be like everyone else and do the same thing. It's just hard doing that, trying to make ends meet on the internet. Hell, even PewDiePie considered quitting YouTube at some point. But then school offers the same predicament. While some accredit their life success and productive habits to it, others stopped at high school and can afford 2 boats on top of 2 kids, a house, with just trade jobs alone. Why should I study for 4 years when that type of existence exists and can be replicated again? What's weird is that school has never been an issue for me, and I think that's why it gives me the ability to think so critically about its system. I haven't been exactly learning from what they teach me, rather I've only been doing tasks that guarantee me the highest marks and ditching the rest. While some may say I should care about what I learn and that it's the best when I have a passion for the information, the school system and the way it's designed currently prevent most of us from having a passion for school in the first place. It takes up so much time and mental energy that sometimes all I want to do is plug into the feed. So what gives? School is something that's honestly forced upon us at a young age, and we practically have no choice. I also feel kind of powerless to change its structure because even things like the textbooks are outdated over the years. Is the answer really just to throw it out the window and take a shot in the dark? This is probably one of the most psychologically challenging times to be living in. Like I said earlier, the fact that we have so much access to information paralyzes people from making sound life choices and ruins their faith in themselves and their own belief systems. For now, I'm going to continue doing school because I've come to that conclusion with my own logic according to my own circumstances. While it may be tempting to listen to someone with a big number next to their name, it's important to reflect on your own thoughts and ask if the education system fits the lifestyle and person you are and will be for the years to come. But honestly, I still hate school. Thanks for watching this, guys. If you watched this far, thank you very much. It took a while to make, and it came to my attention while I was making this video. My friend told me, it kind of sounds like you're in the whole video. Well, yeah.